Hello there, fans. Looking to do garden tour number 3 of 2021. And obviously, it's not really a tour, it's just me talking about seeds that I'm going to plant. Tonight's episode is about peppers, and I'm doing a whole lot of them this year. I'm literally going to plant 42 different varieties. Last year, I think I had 10 or 12, and most of them were sweet peppers. And this year, I'm concentrating on a much larger variety from super hot, the hottest of the hot, to obviously bell peppers and things like that. I'm still going to have some of those because otherwise my wife would riot. And obviously, you are not looking at the dollhouse tonight. I decided you could look at my son's, a small portion of my son's Spider-Man collection. And here we go. A new friend of mine said he had some Jedi peppers, and as soon as you know me, I'm a Star Wars fan, so as soon as I heard that a Jedi pepper existed, I had to try to grow it. Apparently it's a form of a jalapeno, and I'm looking forward to trying that. So these two, I don't know what they're called. The reason for that is because these are those big long peppers that they sell at Aldi, and I wanted to grow some that looked like those. One was orange, one was red, so I saved peppers or seeds from both. I have no idea if they're going to grow, and the reason for that is because I know that sometimes before peppers hit your local grocery store, they go through a process that kills any seeds that are inside. I don't know if these ones did or not because the bag didn't say where they came from. So maybe they'll grow, maybe they won't. If they don't, I'm growing multiples of everything, or I'm sprouting multiples of everything that I'm growing. So I'll just fill it in with something else. No big deal. But if they grow, even better. And yes, I also know that any hybrids won't look like what you bought, but taking a chance. Anyone who followed my garden last year knows that I grew a crazy funky pepper that was supposedly a sweet pepper, but it had more heat than a poblano, but less than a jalapeno, and it was a larger pepper. It was size somewhere in between. So I think it was literally a mix between some kind of sweet pepper and a spicy pepper. But I named it a poblano. We're going to see what the seeds give us this year. I have no idea. It'll be a fun ride. Gypsy Bell saved seeds from 2 years ago. So these are actually out of my 2019 garden, not my 2020. But I plan to grow these again. Basically, last year I just didn't get my act together and in time to plant these. So I'm going to plant a couple of them this year. This is a very old packet of California Wonder sweet bell peppers. No idea if they'll end up being red, yellow, or whatever, but they sold them as green, probably because they didn't know what color they were. These are just those cheap, seeds you find at any big box store. And I don't know, and honestly, I don't even know if they're going to sprout because, as you might be able to see, the date on the back, sell by December of 2010. So literally these seeds have been goofing around my house for the last 10 years. So again, no idea if they'll sprout or not, but again, I'm also growing multiples of everything. So I don't really care. Same thing here. Quadrato di Asti Rosso, whatever. It's a red bell pepper. But also, I've literally been storing these stupid things for 10 years. Always meant to plant them, never did. Going to this year, see what happens. Antep Akidomo. This is a really cool pepper that I saw just on another YouTube video. And it's a big pepper. It has a mild spice to it, but it apparently has amazing flavor. I've never tried it. I'm going to plant a couple and see what happens, see what comes out. Red Ricotta. By the way, most of these peppers I've literally never tried, much less tried growing them. But red ricotta is a really cool, big, round pepper, bigger than like a cherry bomb pepper or some of the other ones. But apparently they have great flavor. And unlike most peppers you'll see, these ones actually have black seeds, which freaks some people out and think, "Oh my God, my pepper went bad." No, this pepper just has black seeds. As I've mentioned before in previous videos, I do a lot of swapping on Facebook Marketplace, or not Facebook seed swap groups. And one guy said, "Hey, I've got some Italian long hots and Italian tiny hots." No idea what the scientific names for these might be, but I'll grow them and see how they come out. Either way, I'm looking forward to it. A friend of mine gave me these Charleston, what are they? Charleston cayenne peppers, both the same. Gonna grow some of these because I don't have any other cayennes scheduled. So I love cayenne. They're spicy. I grew them once many years ago, and the plant was absolutely prolific. We literally had crushed red pepper for years. So looking forward to this, but I'll absolutely be making hot sauces out of this. Looking forward to making like a sauce for chicken wings or something like that with these. Yellow Morugas. Friend on Facebook sent me a bunch of pods 2 years ago when I had a really crappy crop. He had an amazing crop, and so he sent me a ton of these. So I saved some seeds, and I'm going to plant them this year. These were extremely hot. So, again, always looking forward to it. Puna Miris. This is, it looked like a jalapeno, like the guy who gave me this pepper. I said, so I recognize a jalapeno, but he says, no, that's a Puna Miris. It's a Brazilian chili, sweeter than your average jalapeno, but about the same heat level. And it was just absolutely delicious. So these I'll probably end up making hot sauce for my wife with, because she is not an extreme chili head, but she loves some spice that still has flavor, and that is this to a T. WAL 7 pot. The WAL, by the way, stands for Wicked Ass Little 7 pot. These are brutally hot as well. These are some of the best when it comes to super hots. Fairly hard to find unless you know where to look. And apparently I knew where to look, so it worked out well. Marupi Yellow Brazil. You can see there's kind of a vein left there with a seed attached. Got these from, again, somebody on Facebook, and he was generous enough to share these with me. Obviously, 100 Scoville heat units is very, very low, but I love a good mixture of mild and hot peppers, so that works out well. Malagueta Brazil, again, very low heat, and I believe this one, this one only had 2 in the packet, so I'm going to try to sprout both of them and see what happens, and hopefully they grow for me. CPR. This ends up being a brown chili, and I believe it stands for chocolate reaper of some sort. Amazing heat and a beautiful, beautiful pepper. The chocolate ones are some of my favorites. They have a depth of flavor you just can't find in any other color pepper. So, Reza Macedonia, a local friend that I met here in my town. He was growing a bunch of these, and he planted too many, so he had spares, so he gave me some. They end up being a long pepper, like the size of a cayenne, but much fatter, and they have that corking that goes around it that You've probably seen some on jalapenos at the store. It's like they look like veins on the outside of the pepper. Well, these ones are covered in it, and they're really cool looking and some heat, but again, really nice sweet flavor. They make by themselves. They make a wonderful hot sauce. Or even added, I've added them to salsa as well, and they're very good that way. Ghostly jalapeno. I met some friends through a Facebook hot sauce group, and they do some of their own crosses, and or they get peppers from other places. Apparently, this one was a cross between a ghost pepper and a jalapeno, so I'm gonna give that a try this year. Can't wait for that one. Scotch bonnet. These are famous for coming from I believe, the Jamaican islands, and they are the traditional pepper for a jerk sauce. I've made 2 jerk sauces already, and they were hands down 2 of the best sauces I've ever made. And I've made a fair amount now, and I've tried even more. So I'm going to make a whole bunch using Scotch bonnets next year and see if I can keep it even more traditional. Of course, I ferment it, whereas traditionally they don't, but that's the way I like it. So, black cobras. These are a gorgeous pepper that grow upside down, and when they're ripe, they go. I believe it's from black to red, and they just looked gorgeous. And I found somebody who had some seeds that they could spare, and I wanted to give those a try. That was one that I absolutely targeted for this year. Big Black Mama. This is a large brown chili again, and you can see a couple little seeds left. Again, this came in that pack that the guy sent me a bunch of pods, and I saved seeds from them. But these were some of my favorite peppers of all the super hots. This is one that I used to make my Big Bad barbecue sauce, and that was the best barbecue sauce I ever made, and just had great heat and great texture, and wonderful flavor because of these guys. Dedo de Mocha. I have no idea what these look like. I've probably looked it up, and I'll probably look it up again, but I don't know. All I know is I'm going to grow it. Yellow starfish. It's literally exactly what it sounds like. These peppers look like a damn starfish. They're really cool. Again, never tried one of these peppers, but looking forward to trying to grow it. Devil's Brain. Another, I believe this is in the super hot category as well. But just, I hadn't tried it, so wanted to give it a whirl. Let's see. Big Red Habanero. No explanation necessary. Moving on. Purple Butt Wrecker. Yeah, that's what it says. So the butt julukia is, I may be pronouncing that wrong, but I find it amusing, is another name for a ghost pepper, but obviously this is a cross that made it purple. And what could possibly be better than a purple pepper put into hot sauce with beets? So that's what I'm going to be doing with this one, because yes, I'm also growing beets. Cap 455. I looked this one up on the internet and found some info on it. There's a whole bunch of different peppers with that cap name. No idea what it means, no idea what it is, but I'm going to grow it. I'll let you know. Chocolate Ghost. So that is going to be a brown ghost pepper. And again, the chocolates just have a gorgeous color and an amazing flavor. So I'm going to give that one a whirl. Red Savina. This is the hottest of all the habanero peppers that you can get, at least that's what I've been told. It's hotter than the chocolate habanero, and that is the former hottest. So the Savina is no joke. But again, looking forward to playing with it. Fearless Blue. I've never heard of a blue pepper before today, or before I heard about this one. So I said, as long as I'm going apeshit and growing a ton of peppers, I might as well try this one too. Habanada. So you've heard of the habanero? Well, this is a habanero sweetness, but without the heat. When I told my wife that it existed, she went, I would love to try that. So I secured some seeds in a swap, and I've got some habanada seeds now. Red Marconi. This is probably what those little Italian peppers are, so maybe I'm growing duplicates, I have no idea. But again, these were sent to me, so I'm going to go ahead and plant them. Hatch chilies. These are made famous by the state of New Mexico. In that area, these are absolutely legendary. You make green hot sauces from them mostly, and a lot of, whenever you see green chili, like the dish in the crock pot, this is the key right here, Hatch chilies. So they're great for grilling, they're great for stuffing, they're great for making chili with, they're great for, because in New Mexico, chili is not red like it is here in Chicago or Texas or wherever. It's green. That's just how they roll. So, looking forward to giving those a shot too. Purple bell pepper. No heat, just a purple bell pepper. Easy enough. Tabasco. Going to grow 2 of these in pots for sure. Maybe more, I don't know. But I have planned out and scheduled 2 to grow in pots. And hoping for a ton of these because I swapped sauces with a guy I met online, and he made a pure Tabasco sauce. Nothing but Tabasco peppers. No vinegar, no extras, no garlic, onion, whatever. Just straight up chilies. And the flavor in that sauce is outstanding. It's one of my favorite sauces to put on eggs right now. Much better than that stuff you buy at the grocery store. Got 10 times the flavor. But that makes sense because they put like 75% vinegar in theirs. So, really looking forward to that one. Straight up poblano. Just those dark green peppers that are very, very common to make stuffed peppers with in Mexican dishes. And even like chilaquiles, stuff like that. A lot of times you'll have poblanos. I like to put them in certain hot sauces. I think they add great depth to a barbecue sauce, or it's actually one of the key ingredients to the sauce that I make for my wife called Date Night. I always put poblano chilies in that one. Fresh, not dried. Serrano. I've tried this. This is an open packet because I tried growing them a couple times, but never got them to go because I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't prepare the soil or anything, so doing a much better job this time. These are cherry bomb peppers. I grew some of these last year, and I saved some seeds. Same thing here. These are ghost pepper seeds that I saved from my garden. I'm going to grow those again. They ended up great. Made a ton of salsa with those, and it was really good. Granada seasoning peppers. Never tried them. Never heard of them. Going to give it a shot. I believe this is what they make paprika out of. Ají mango. This is a bright yellow, very flavorful pepper, and I've never tried these either. So these are a wonderful addition to a fruit sauce, and that's what I'm going to try to do with these. Last, Anaheim. Standard looking seeds. My neighbor grew these last year, and they were too hot for her, which is kind of amusing because they're a very mild chili as far as chilies go. But I put them to good use, and I saved some seeds. So that's it for the peppers. Yes, in case you lost count, that is 42 different peppers that I'm going to grow this year between the sweet and the hot. Thank you very much for watching.